It's great now, isn't it, Will, that COVID's over?
Oh, I love the no COVID lifestyle that we've gone back to living.
Lockdown's pretty much over in the UK. Cinemas are reopen. What good films are there out at the moment, mate?
Good films.
Go to the cinema, watch new films like Godzilla vs Kong, also on streaming. What about Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train?
Sure.
Craig David stars in No Time to Die. It's finally time to die. What about Lupin the First?
Wait, which one?
And what about Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 Thrice Upon a Time?
Wait, is that a real one, or are we still making jokes?
And now that there are all these great, interesting films out,
Yeah.
should we watch Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King?
That's what I'm here for.
6 feet, people! We're still social distancing!
I hate it already.
So we're back here. We watched Corona Zombies, and now we're gonna watch Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King. If you haven't seen our Corona Zombies video, I strongly recommend it because I spent a while editing it.
I was there too.
Do you want to read the plot of Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King?
Oh, do I? Please. Barbie and Kendra save the Tiger King. After narrowly escaping the contagious catastrophe of the Corona Zombies, ditzy American beauties Barbie, or Cody Renee Cameron, and Kendra Robin Sydney, they battle their deadliest foe yet, social distancing boredom. Whoa.
I think we're gonna experience boredom in a second.
Hooked on binge watching a television show about a man and his tigers on a nature channel, the two ladies hatch the perfect plan to save the Tiger King himself. From the living rooms of LA to the wilds of Africa, our dynamic duo embark on a curve-flattening journey to free Joe from a fate worse than Carol Baskin. It's a bungle in the jungle as Barbie and Kendra continue their quest to survive. What the fuck's a bungle? They try and survive the panic of the disco and the next Corona exploitation caper from the studio that never sleeps. Full Moon. I mean, they do. They just copy and paste a file into Premiere and go, right, well, that's done.
So are we fully prepared?
Sure. I was just gonna say, what if we watch it and Joe Exotic turns up? Like, they got him. They got the Tiger King.
No. I might spoil the movie here, but I think what they've done is they've just paid like one of the background people on Cameo. I think they're gonna hire someone on Cameo who is in the background, like the guy that lost his arm or something. He's probably got a Cameo account.
But like, that would be in portrait.
They phone call him. Look at my acting. Hello, I am on phone call with whatever the guy's name is.
It just says cameo.com at the bottom.
Oh, hang on. Have you watched Tiger King?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was decent. This won't be.
Just wait a second, creepo!
Is this the strip club from
What
the
did I do
first one?
before?
Even though in the end of
They
the
just-
last film she teleported into the Italian one.
Nothing happened!
She did. I'm so used to seeing green screen stuff that I know that's real, but it looks fake.
There is this guy, Joe Exotic. He is like this total hunk. Oh, he makes me
I don't know if you
wonder.
heard, madam. I'm not sure if
Howdy!
he's
Yeah,
into.
he's like this total Tiger King who's framed by
women.
this chick who like, yeah.
You might not have a
everyone
shot
thinks
of him.
killed their husbands.
This is BPN, Big Pussy Network. Big pussy all the time.
Hi there. You must be little Joe Exotic. You look like a boy who just loves the jungle.
Dialogue is my passion.
This close talker.
Monkey time,
I'm
monkey
hoping.
time, monkey time.
Monkey time. I'm hoping we keep getting to go back to our friends. Who's this Asian woman now?
I'll kill you, turn you into a fanny pack.
Who's saying that? Is that the,
Oh,
someone with the child saying that, or is it the
this is a
tiger?
different film.
Monkey.
Screw this kid. He's on his own.
Is this the same movie? because they haven't shown any shots of
I
the
don't
kid.
know what a movie is anymore.
You know as well as I.
Keep it 100, Isadora. How would you even remember?
Keep it 100.
Okay, I am officially over this. If I don't get me a box of chicken
Every
tenders
time
and
you see a
biscuits in
monkey,
the
you
next
just
hour,
laugh.
there will be
So, Will,
Yeah.
did you watch *Malignant* in cinemas?
No, I didn't.
Did you watch *People Just Do Nothing* big in Japan in cinemas?
No.
But we watched Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King.
Mhm. But it was free, so it's okay.
It's not free.
It was free for me.
Free, though.
Dude, you fund my Barbie and Kendra addiction.
So, Will, what did you think about Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King?
Honestly, I thought it was better than the first one.
No, it wasn't.
I think no, generally because like before, like the first one, they even said this while we watched it. Like it was just like 2 minutes of the actual like movie, and the rest of it was just like the boring remake thing. But this time they gave us kind of
And
breaks
so
in
was this
between,
one.
and like even though the Barbie and Kendra stuff was shit, it was like kind of so bad it was funny in a way. But the main film was bad.
I thought it was terrible.
Yeah,
I
the main part
I didn't
of
like either of them.
of-
They're
of-
both worthless. They're both worthless pieces of shit.
Joe Exotic was insufferable, but like like Barbie and Kendra, they stole the show.
So just let's give a brief rundown of the film, because obviously the viewers wouldn't have seen the whole thing. Maybe they have if they watched it, but hopefully for their sake they haven't.
No one
So
would have
the
watched
film
this.
starts as a sequel to Corona Zombies. Kind of. Barbie
Kind
is
of.
in one of the films she's green screened in. She's in a different one than she ended up in, but then she comes back and then suddenly Kendra's there. This is vaguely a narrative. It's pushing the boundaries a bit, but I think I can still call it a story. And then Kendra's like, yo, I've been watching this show, and they turn it on, and it's, instead of being Netflix, it's called Big Pussy Network, which is like a really funny joke that
vagina.
runs for the entire movie. I didn't get tiresome at all.
It's at the bottom right. It's if you ever like look at it again, you're like, I remember that. That's funny.
And then they turn the TV on, and then they watch The Great Gatsby, which is like supposed to be a comedy origin story for Joe Exotic, or as he's referred to frequently, Little Joe Exotic. Even at one point, I think they called him Young Joe Exotic, which is not what you should be saying. Like, he's not old yet. Like, why would you call him young? It makes sense if Barbie and Kendra are calling him Young Joe Exotic, because that's what he is to them, but not in the context of that movie. And it's old movies edited together, much like Corona Zombies. It almost has... I mean, yeah, fine, fair enough. The Great Gatsby has a narrative, but then it just keeps cutting back to Barbie and Kendra, who are just sitting there talking.
But there was more of
cracking jokes.
There was more of a narrative for Barbie and Kendra in this one than there was in the first one. Because what was their fucking plot in the first one? It was just like, oh, Corona bad. But this one, it's like she has a crush on Joe Exotic.
Yo, turn on the news.
Yeah.
There's COVID.
And this
Turns
one,
on
it's
TV,
like,
and then there's COVID, and the zombie turns up.
this one's like, I think Joe's cute. For some reason, I have the phone number to one of his friends. I just realised he's... No, she never acknowledges the fact that he's gay. She's fine with that. She's like, oh, I can still date him. But then she's like, oh, no, he's bad, even though everyone's been saying this the entire time. But now I've seen him shoot a cat, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm good now. Let's get some pizza. And then they die.
Like, the whole narrative is very obvious. As are all the jokes, they're pretending that they're like satire. Like the best one was them showing Joe Exotic's pizza place, and then it uses the footage of him getting all the out-of-date food. I believe that was. It's been a while since I watched Tiger King.
I think it was like he
And,
fed them like out of date food or something. He fed the animals out of date food.
Yeah. Yes, that was almost a comment on something. That was almost satire, and they like mention COVID, and it thinks it's smart. It's really not.
I think this one gets away a bit more though. Like the first one, we were like, "What's the point of this?" Because it was like, "Oh, well, they're comparing zombies to coronavirus. There must be some kind of like purpose of this film," but there wasn't. But this one, they didn't really do that. It's just kind of like, okay, it's a film, but we knew what to expect more going into this one, which I think is why it was less insufferable, because we knew it was going to be like, okay, it's just going to be movies that are like
For
overdubbed.
me, it was worse because of that. Because Corona Zombies was something, even if it was, it's funny, Corona Zombies was something new in that it was just a bunch of old stuff. The fact that it wasn't new was new. Whereas this one, I'm like, yeah, we're just going to watch a bloody movie again.
Yeah, but because they kept cutting back to Barbie and Kendra more so than they did in the first time, it didn't feel as bad.
Folks, this is your pilot, Captain Crunch. On behalf of Wildcat Air, I'd like to welcome you aboard
Captain
Flight
Crunch.
86, so sit back and enjoy
It's just
the
not
ride.
funny,
We're
is it?
expecting a-
I've looked up the details, and if in case anyone's interested, the 3 films that this is edited out of, other than obviously Corona Zombies and the
Wait, they're free.
zombie stripper thing. So, when they're in the forest, that's edited of 2 different 1968 films. One called Luana, and the other is called Terror in the Jungle.
I assume
and
one
these
of
films
them
are
is the
edited
Asian
together.
lady.
Yeah, one of them is the story with the naked lady with her hair, for the most part, covering her chest, and then the 2 people looking around, and then the Terror in the Jungle is the little boy with like tigers and stuff all about.
Monkey.
Yeah, and monkeys every now and then.
For no fucking reason.
Neither of them look like very good films from what we've seen. Obviously, this isn't the optimum way to... We can't genuinely review these films, but they don't necessarily look good from what we've seen here. On IMDb, they're not rated very high. That's another thing that's kind of insufferable about this, is that you can't even enjoy the moments of the old films, because they're bad as well.
Erase my web browser history.
That is the most overused joke of all time. Stop it.
It's used so much because it's so funny. It's all just shit, man. I don't know if I could part with this for much longer. It's just bad. Everything's bad. The old films are bad. The new segments are bad. The overdubs are bad. But then they
It's just a
reference
failure
the
on
old
every
one.
account.
They get the Barbie and Kendra universe. Which is strange because Barbie and Kendra weren't in the title of the first one, but now they're in the title of all of them. Kind of like the Dark Knight trilogy.
And then the third film, which is only seen towards the end, is Robot Wars, which looks like it's going to be the plot of the next one, which actually interests me a little bit, because there actually seems like there could be potential for scenes where like things happen in this next film, and also like bad robot movies are likely going to be more entertaining to see the the effects.
But I feel like they're not
Even if they're
gonna.
bad.
They're probably not gonna show much of the effects. They're probably just gonna be like, "There's a robot," but then they'll just.
There'll be one
probably not
scene
show
so
it.
they can put it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Exit stage left. Fuck! Oh, now what? Daddy! Daddy!
They cut between this stuff on TV, back to Barbie Kendra, they say something. There's jokes throughout that are just pathetically unfunny. Occasionally it did make me laugh. Like my favourite bits, and I think one of your favourite bits as well, was when little Joe Exotic is just running through this muddy area, and he falls into this puddle, and he just in a like clearly adult voice goes, "Fuck."
Fuck. I just every time, because I thought that there was stuff like this in the other one as well. Like the guy who overdubbed Little Joe Exotic obviously was trying like really hard, but I don't know why.
There's absolutely no sense of like continuity in this universe because, as you said, it's on the Big Pussy Network, whereas in reality it's on Netflix. But then they make a reference to Netflix later on. They continue the same thing with the Corona Zombies film, where they're talking about social distancing and that, and then because it's films from the 60s and 70s and so on, nobody's social distancing in them. And you can clearly tell from the camera, so it's just so jarring when they start talking about all these modern things.
Well, to be fair to them, we're not in this film. We're not watching the documentary they're on about. Isn't the one that we're watching. The one on Big Pussy Network, which is the one we're watching, isn't the Tiger King documentary that they reference in the interview. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I thought Tiger King was also in this universe was also on Big Pussy Network.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's not clear, and then like they just start talking about. They end up interviewing, I can't remember his name, one of the people in Tiger King. They clearly found his number, whether that's on his IMDb Pro account or something like that. I don't know.
Book me for birthday parties.
You know, some desperate Z-list celebrity. Just desperate for someone to be in, and as far as he's aware, he's in an interview. And Charles Band must have been so... He was twiddling his fingers like, yes, I've tricked this man into being in my movie. But he hasn't tricked him into anything. Like, the reason it's funny in Ali G's show or Nathan For You or even some of Eric Andre's shows, like, they don't know what they're in for. Even though, when you look around, the situations are so absurd that they should be able to figure it out, and that's why it's funny. But he's just being interviewed by two girls being a bit fake friendly, which is how most interviews with these celebrities end up being.
Well, until the end when they go, have you ever met a Corona zombie? And he's like...
Yeah, he's just like laughing out of
fuck?
kindness, like, haha. And they just... I bet Cody Cameron, whatever her name is, Cody Renee Cameron, is just there like, got him.
Okay, so last question. Have you seen a Corona zombie yet?
I have not seen a Corona zombie yet.
They're like really scary.
I have not. Around here, I don't even know anybody that's got the coronavirus, so I don't know how whacked out they get, but, it's just not real big around here. They're actually starting to open things up around here, so.
Anyway, thank you so much.
He has no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, why would he? Like, why are these films been made? Why did they make these films? What is the point? Because with the first one, it was just, oh, quick, we want to be the first people to make a film about COVID. People are joking online about zombies. Let's just stitch together old footage. I get the point, but to make Tiger King into a film?
These must be fun to make, right? Because it's essentially just like... I feel like there's two teams working on the film the entire time. There's the guys filming with Barbie and Kendra, right? And then there's this massive team of voice actors, quote unquote, who are just watching this old film, have a basic idea of what the new plot is going to be, and then just fucking about in a sound booth. And that must be... I feel like that's quite fun. Like, I feel like if this was like a YouTube series of them, like, change... like that video of fucking when they watch all the Sonic 06 cutscenes.
Yeah, like that, or it goes back to Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's like the first thing I saw that had that kind of joke. That's a small segment in a sketch comedy show. This is supposed to be a movie.
Yeah, like in that Sonic video, like part of the comedy is that you hear them break up and start pissing themselves laughing. So it just feels like you're doing it with some friends, but in this, it's like a professional, quote-unquote, scenario where they just make unfunny jokes, but then, like, almost play them off as if they are funny when they're not.
And to be honest, I was about to ask what was
That's
the
how I
worst
see it,
joke,
anyway.
but there's too many options.
There's so many. There's generally there's generally too many jokes. They make, like, I feel like in each shot, like, not even each scene, but each
They
shot,
really
they
try and
make, like,
cram
3
it
or
in.
4 jokes.
It doesn't even matter if the person's mouth isn't moving.
Yeah.
The character they're playing's mouth isn't moving. They'll just keep it up.
Yeah, they'll just say shit.
Abner, I'm telling you, our next door neighbor is a practicing witch. Last week, I peeked and saw her doing the fornication ritual.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Oh, what brings you boys to the Amazon?
I'm so glad we had that plot line.
I like when they come up with bits, but like the bit runs too long, so the shot ends, but like the lines are still going.
I was tripping balls with my homies.
There was 3 situations we could have gone with this. We could have not watched any of them, only watched the first, or now we've committed to the third one, which is watch the whole
And
trilogy.
that's the bad ending. You know, in a visual novel, you can choose a different route. It's the bad ending. I'm stuck in this bad ending.
Yeah.
Where I'm forced to. I'm saying forced. I'm not forced to watch it. Just
the good ending.
I'm committed.
Yeah.
To this dark rabbit hole filled with mud and little Joe Exotic fart jokes.
There were so many.
Did you feel?
Too many. I'm sure there'll be no uproar if we don't watch the third one. There will be from me.
Do you feel like there was like a weird sexual undertone to this film? Because in the first one, obviously there was, because there was zombies in the strip club. But this one just felt like
it wasn't as like.
I feel like it didn't. He didn't want
like
it
the
to
first
be
time
sexual,
we were like.
But because he's Charles Band.
Because it's a child.
I just couldn't help but like, yeah, I'm gonna use this fucking movie of this naked girl running through the woods. It's my favourite movie.
Well, the first one we were like, oh, when's the nudity gonna happen? But this one, I didn't even think about it. And then like when she like was asleep, like with her hair, like really long hair, I was like, oh yeah, this is the shit movie, isn't it? That's probably gonna happen. But like, I mean, there were undertones, like when the entire plot is her being like, oh, he's hot.
Yeah.
Even though they're watching a documentary of him when he's like 6.
Yeah, I actually didn't even clock that. And they make pedo jokes throughout it as well.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah, like they show watching the documentary of him being a child, and they cut back to the girls, and she's like, oh my god, he's so dreamy. It's like he's like 6 years old, man.
This is Uganda Jones calling.
Oh no.
She's here to hire Brick Vista to help her find her boy. She knows where the diamond mine is.
Any other information?
The guacamole looks great.
I still can't wrap my head around. Like, imagine being any of these people. Imagine being the people who are in these movies. Like, if less, were still alive in 2020, and just seeing this.
I assume some of them are dead.
They had never expected to be.
Other than the child, probably.
Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King. They never expected that. And to be talking about like modern things.
The kids probably forgot he was in.
Nah. He's still riding off that fame.
Like
8 hours. One day, I was in Terror in the Jungle. It's got 4 out of 10 on IMDb.
In uni, he's like, hey, you ever seen Terror in the Jungle?
Oh no, it's got 3.2.
Why?
So is it more comfortable cuddling with a tiger or like with your girlfriend?
And then obviously John Renke being in the film, if that's how you say his name. I haven't watched the Tiger King in a long time. And him just being like, oh, these people want to interview me. And then just for Charles Band to step out at the end of the interview. We got you. You're in just Corona Zombies too. And he's just like, what's Corona Zombies?
He probably agreed to it because they paid him.
Well, they got him to sign the contract before.
He was like, Netflix didn't pay me. Fuck him. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. I need to get some kind of money off of this thing, which he probably thinks he deserves money from Netflix, which he does. Let's be fair. And like, so now he's like, fuck it. This is how I get money from this thing I've done, even if it is Moon Studio.
And Full Moon, Charles Band, obviously banking on him being the celebrity cameo. But he's just a guy. He was just a guy who worked at a zoo. And if you look at his IMDb, his only credits are Tiger King. He was in an episode of Shipping Wars. He was in a Tiger King TV movie. He was in the Louis Theroux special. He was in Britain's Big Cat Mystery. And, of course, Barbie and Kendra saved the Tiger King. And he is the big star that's in this film. Other than Donald Trump.
Do you think if he wasn't on Twitter still, he'd tweet out, like, just watch Barbie and Kendra? Fake news. I loved Corona Zombies, but now, look what they've done.
This series has gone downhill. This movie franchise... Actually, no, that's more Papa John. Speaking of Papa John, did you notice the pizza box was just a Papa John box?
Was it?
Yeah, you could see.
Was Papa John the one who? Was Papa John the one who like predicted the downfall of the world?
Yeah, so that's why I remembered. I remembered the Papa John. This is going on a tangent.
Maybe that was a reference.
Check out this video. It's incredible. Of Papa John, who was Papa John was fired from Papa John's. Like what?
Stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
The day of reckoning will come. I said, calm down.
That was it, yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, but it's true. It happened. He predicted that 2019. What happened next? Everything. Nothing happened before that. And everything
have you had
after.
a Papa John's pizza since?
No, I've never had Papa John's. What we're saying is that Papa John is responsible for Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King.
PapaJohn.com worldwide.
Papa John's worldwide. PapaJohn.com.
That is genuinely like what we should be watching for this video, because it's like it's bad in a funny way, whereas Barbie and Kendra is just draining. I can't wait to finish the trilogy and move on to something of note. Like
Bigger and better projects.
Bigger and better I'm moving on in the world, I swear. I've just got Barbie and Kendra Storm Area 51 to watch. It's going to be a Corona zombie.
Cool, God, I hate it.
Oh no, not again.
We're back. Just touch the Horcrux thing. It worked the other 2 times. I like how they put 2 pieces of pizza in the box, you know, like pizza boxes.
In case you didn't know, it's pizza.
See, I told you they did it. Every time they touch the Horcrux, they just...
Oh no! We've totally been Carol Baskin! She is not gonna get these pussies. Quick, get your claws out, Tigress!
If Charles Band has found a way to make money on just old footage and just talk about COVID or Tiger King, which he didn't invent, and make money off it, come on, I can make some money.
Making money off COVID, which he didn't invent.
Yeah. And maybe he did. It was
what if he made COVID?
A grand marketing
and then that was like yeah, that was a long plan to make movies off of this.
For a long time, because nobody else can make movies. He's the man who's discovered the secret. Just reuse old stuff. And
just make a pandemic and reuse old footage.
And idiots like us who just keep watching them. What if we get contacted to be Barbie and Kendra 4? Would we do a
Right,
Skype
if they asked
cameo?
me to be in Barbie and Kendra 4, I would.
I would ask for a figure first. I would ask for a figure first.
I'd do it for free. That'd be a video.
Oh no!
I went to Hollywood.
I 100% believe
To
you
be
when you
in
say that.
Barbie
Actually,
and Kendra 4.
your video title was
What
"I
the-
was in a movie" with a question mark at the end.
There is coronavirus, and then there is Tiger King, and nothing else. Many people have been taking this time at home to binge watch the
American
Netflix
news is
series
so shit,
Tiger
isn't it?
King and conservation.
Let me tell you about
One
the
of
two
those
big
people
news from
is
this
Don
year.
Lewis, who has been
Everyone's
missing
dying,
since
and there's this new trend on
1997.
Twitter.
Lewis was
I feel like we've put more thought into this Corona Zombies franchise than Charles Band has.
Because we have.
Allegedly. We don't know Charles Band. He could be a lovely fella. But however, he did make these two films. Alright, see you in like half a year again when we can stomach watching the final Barbie and Kendra. Hopefully.
See you in
What if by the
2022.
time we
boys.
make number 3...
That made a fourth
Well, if
one.
when we make number 3, then make number 4.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how the third one ends. Like, obviously, we haven't seen it yet. But, like, is it a definitive end? Or is it like Toy Story 3?
Probably.
Where it's like, oh, what a good
Trilogy.
ending, and they make a fourth one. It's like, oh.
Barbie and Kendra is serious. They... it's an artistic piece. They respect the art of filmmaking. They would not make a Barbie and Kendra 4. Corona Zombies, according to IMDb, came out April 10th. Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King, May 15th, so that's just over a month. And then Raid Area 51 came out November 6th. So there is a chunk there where they could have made a genuine film with some good scenes in.
But they didn't.
But there's only one way to find out. And I just feel like we could have spent the last few hours doing anything else. And I've still also got to edit this video and then watch it through. And then we've got to make part 3. And I've got to deal with it again.